Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. Hello.
Hi.
We are, well, kind of popularizer of metal and history and everything in YouTube. So the plan is to have you here, Blanquinni, asking you a couple of questions, maybe later me.
Okay, great.
But the first thing is thank you very much to jump in this chat.
No
And
problem.
we are so happy to have you in Spain again.
Thank you. Well, the pleasure is all mine. Look, I took the pleasure to wear my Spanish t-shirt.
Cool.
I'm totally ready.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much again. And the first question is a question that I think most of the people could ask you, which is you've performed many festivals around the world, but what are your feelings of coming to Rock Imperium this next year?
Sorry, last part.
How do you feel about coming to Rock Imperium?
Yeah, well, it's a new festival, and it's lovely to play in Murcia again. We haven't played that many times in Murcia yet, so I'm looking forward to going back to Murcia. And also, I'm really enthusiastic about the festival. What I've heard of it is going to be a real blast, so I'm looking forward to that.
Cool, very cool.
I believe Iron Maiden is headlining, isn't that true?
It is.
Yeah, woohoo!
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
Yeah, and a festival often call for a mix of hits and deeper cuts for the bands. So if you have any new material you'd like to try at Rock Imperium, and how do you decide what to introduce in a festival setting versus a club or a dedicated tour?
Well, the thing is, with the festival right now, it's always like you play a mixture of everything you have, so old and new. And if we can, we of course would love to introduce something new and surprise people. Not sure if that's going to happen, but yeah, we are working on new material, so it's all still in the mix of how we're going to be, where we're going to be at next year, just before the tour starts of the festivals. So that's all depending on that. But of course, we just want to surprise our fans who are coming to the festival, and to play something more recent, or also some really golden oldies that they might not expect from us.
So no spoilers.
No spoilers yet. No, sorry, can't do.
Sorry, guys, I tried. And well, from a performer's perspective, what are the unique challenges of headlining a festival rather than touring your own headline show?
Well, it's with the festival, everybody can come for different bands, of course, and it's an opportunity to reach out and surprise people that didn't know you that well, or had a different picture of you, and hopefully, impress them in a positive way, that they will go to one of your own shows where you can play a little bit longer, or maybe more diversity in the songs. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, festivals and your own shows, they both have a lot of positive pointers why one or the other are nice to do.
It has to be different.
It has to be different, of course. Yeah. With your own show, you can do everything, unless you're the biggest headliner on the bill. Then you can do your own thing, of course, and then similar to an own show, probably.
Yeah. Also, it's pretty cool because when you play at a festival and maybe you are at backstage and you have in front of your backstage another one, that the people from other bands, and sometimes it happens, that you can see it on YouTube with bands or in festivals that suddenly someone came across the stage, and I don't know, it's like a guitarist or a singer from another band. Like, it gives so many chances to this to happen.
Yes, and that's also one of the nice things. You see old friends that you toured with, or but also sometimes you see people that you haven't met but you really like the music of. It's like, it's a chance of to say hi. It's like, wow, I really love your music. And that's how we got Jacoby from Jacoby Shaddix on our album, on the Resist album, because we ran into each other, had rooms next to each other, and I've always liked Papa Roach. So that's how that came together. So sometimes magic happens on festivals like that.
Cool. And if you were building your ideal festival setlist, for the next year, of course.
Yeah.
For your whole catalog, what are the 3 songs you'd insist must be included, and why? Maybe because the fandom will get angry if you don't play it.
So I have to choose 3 of my own songs, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, that's very difficult because we have so many songs. It's crazy how many, even B-side tracks, you know. I think The Promise is one of the songs that needs to be on the list because it represents our older genre and it's one of my personal favorites. I think Paradise because, you know, well, that's probably the most fan favorite, I guess. Not so surprising maybe, and we play it a lot. And a third one. Oh, difficult. There can be so many. Maybe a recent one. Go to War. I don't know.
Okay. So the fandom could learn the lyrics, right?
Yes.
To perform in front of you, like excited and crying, and the whole pack. And when you're standing on a big stage like this at the Rock Imperium, facing thousands of fans, what is going through your mind in the moments just before you step out?
That's when I'm not the most nicest person, when I just step on stage, because then the adrenaline goes everywhere through your veins. So that's when we are most nervous. You know, it's like you're fired up to go on stage, and but when you finally do and have sang those first few notes or played your guitar probably or did something else with the band, then you know that the tenseness goes away into enthusiasm and like, okay, we're gonna get this crowd. You know, it's like it's also a little bit like, not like a game, but it's like always the challenge to get the audience on your side and to have fun together, to get that secret and magical sweet spot in the chemistry between each other, so you can enjoy the music together. And that's what always is the challenge, to get into the same vibe as your audience.
It feels like giving birth.
Oh really? Maybe.
And well, finally, finally, given the title Rock Imperium, it conjures empire, gathering, power. How do you interpret that in your context of your performance?
You mean the name of the festival?
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's very powerful. How do you like, which are the connections?
Well, for me, it sounds like epic. You know, that's what the first.
It has to be.
It has to be epic. So for me, it feels like epic. You know, our music is kind of epic. So I think, in a way, you know, it's very storytelling. So I think it suits very well. And you know, it's not a secret that we love Spain. So it's everything. All the cards are right. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Have you learned some Spanish words for a farewell?
Sorry?
For a farewell, have you learned some Spanish word?
Hasta próxima. Yeah, it's not very.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm really actually practicing this French, but it doesn't go that fast because you need to repeat and talk to people constantly to get it into your system. But I love the language; it's such a beautiful language. So
you have to think more
and more nicer interview maybe in Spanish one day.
I have also a couple of questions.
Okay.
Because I'm a huge fan of Within Temptations since a lot ago, a lot of time. I even read Daggerfall books because the song Gillian.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because I love when you actually mentioned there is a narrative in the song, and for example, there in Bleed Out there's a narrative as well, related with problems, let's say, in Iran. My question is how you deal with the idea to transmit the narrative, and also in different places, because maybe some people in one place of Europe, they connect more with one topic and not the other. So how do you deal with it?
Well, I first of all, when we write music and also when we write lyrics, we go from our own point of view. It's like it's storytelling. What we do is telling stories of the world and what's happening right now. And especially with the latest album, there's a lot going on in the world, and it felt really necessary to talk about. Also, dealing with it yourself and putting that in a song. And what happened to Mahsa Amini was and still is happening nowadays in Iran, although there's no news about it, which is very unfortunate. It's also to keep it's to get rid of your own frustration that something happens in a country where you can't do anything about it except maybe make a song about it, but it's all in the moment. You need to find the right inspiration for that song, and even although people might not agree with you, you will keep the topic going by making a song and get people talk about it and not forget what happened.
Yeah, but it's interesting, the evolution, right? Because in one concert maybe you have to sing about Daggerfall, which is kind of, it's fantasy, but then you have to be serious with that topic. So it's like a
that is something, when we were writing songs like more symphonic a few years back, we were not that much open about, what our lyrics were about. And in this case, it's about a book that inspired us. And so sometimes things are about politics, and still it might sound like a symphonic epic song that could have been from a book, like Deceiver of Fools, which was actually a political song at the time as well. Yeah. But but now we are more open what our songs are about. I think nobody would have known that Blida was about Mahsa Amini and the whole movement that was happening in Iran, except for the fact that we talked about it. And so it's a choice to be more open what your inspiration comes from, where your inspiration is coming from.
Okay. We have another question, because we were checking last time you played in Región de Murcia.
Yes, that's a long time ago, by the way.
It was. We checked, if we are right, it's 2003.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind as well.
You were opening for Paradise Lost, probably?
Is it that long ago? Yeah, that must be 2003. It's opening up for. My gosh, yes, we were.
How long has been this wait for you? Very hard, right? To play again in Región de Murcia.
Well, it's been apparently. It took us a long time to go back, but I remember that every time we come to Spain, it's always a pleasure. It's it's everything. It's the people. It's the culture. It's I don't know. It's the food. It's in the water. We just enjoy it very much. And even that show with Paradise Lost, it was our first time on a tour coming to Spain, actually. So for us, it was the first time actually playing for a Spanish audience in 2003.
I'm gonna tell you a fun fact, because we know you like tennis.
Yes, a lot.
And 1 month after you were playing in Región de Murcia, there was a tennis player born, and his name is Carlos Alcaraz, just 1 month after.
Wait, is he from Murcia?
Yeah.
No, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I had nothing to do with that.
I mean, maybe there's a connection there. I don't know, but yeah, because we know you enjoy a lot of tennis, so maybe.
I love tennis. Spanish tennis players. Wow, they're the best.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on in Spain with tennis, but apparently we are good. Yeah. Thank you very much. Sharon, it has been a pleasure. We're gonna enjoy this ride. We're gonna enjoy the show in Cartagena. Thank you very much to be here in this live stream.
Yes.
And of course, thank you, Blanquinni, as well. It has been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Blanquinni. Thank you, Miguel.
Thank you.
Hasta la próxima.